Divide and Conquer is definitely one of the most energetic songs that we have written. It is based on a riff that Piotr composed a few years ago. We worked on it together and we basically just built the song around it. In order to get a quiet recording, we invited a bunch of friends to an empty basement. We set up a recording space there and we spent the evening working on the chants that you hear in the intro of the song and also in the choruses. We recorded the vocals, guitars, bass and the hurdy-gurdy in our home studio. The drums were recorded at Impressive Art Studio and engineered by Przemek Nowak. Initially we wrote the epic hurdy-gurdy solo that you hear in the bridge for another song, but during one of our songwriting sessions we just tried it for Divide, and once we did, there was no going back because this solo simply belongs in this song. Lyrically, Divide and Conquer is sort of a reminder that there are things, addictions, distractions, and sometimes even people in our lives that will try to take our freedom away. They will try to weigh our spirits down. They will not only attempt to preoccupy our attention, but also to separate us from our families, friends, communities. So we have to stay careful out there. When the demo for Divide and Conquer was ready, I had the idea that the music video could revolve around the typical medieval imagery, so royals and castles. Fortunately, we are based in Kraków, so there's plenty of castles around, but it's not so easy to film in them when you're an independent band on a budget. We visited a few castles and ultimately got the green light to film in two locations: Pilcha Castle, where we shot the band performance, and Koszkiew Castle, where we shot the story. Zamek Pilcha is a castle ruin with a tower from the 13th century. The location was almost perfect. The only problem was that the castle is situated on a quite high hill, so we had to run up and down with all the gear for load in and load out. But in the end the set looked fantastic, so it was totally worth it. Zamek Koszkiew is a fully preserved, decorated castle built in the 14th century. You can visit it, you can stay there overnight, take part in different historical events. There's a lot going on there. The decorations indoors that you see in the video come from a little later time, but it was a perfect setting for us nevertheless. The actors you see in our music video are actually historical reenactors from two groups, Krakowskie Bractwo Grodzkie and Wodcina Rarok, and their friends. The king was played by a professional actor, Kuba Graś, who performed perfectly as an evil, unjust monarch. Once we had the idea for the setting, we sat down together with our friend and videographer Jan to perfect the storyline. It was clear from the beginning that the plot will present some type of courtly intrigue, so we needed a protagonist, a villain, a throne takeover, all that good stuff. We've also tried to show that sometimes good intentions can backfire, and our actions may have consequences we have not necessarily anticipated. All that in a Middle Ages inspired legendary setting.